Back in the news is George Zimmerman, who is now suing the family of Trayvon Martin's publisher and prosecutors for $100 million. And so there's several articles. There's articles in the Miami Herald, in the Fox, and WTVR.com. So I first saw it earlier, and it showed up on the Miami Herald. And so George Zimmerman sues family of Trayvon Martin publisher prosecutors for $100 million. And it's by Douglas Hanks out of the Miami Herald. Wouldn't you know it? And I'm not surprised. And so I guess there's sound with this. So Trayvon Martin's parents on decision not to charge Zimmerman with hate crime. And so even though other people have shown some type of mercy on Zimmerman, he shows no mercy, and he continues till this day to show no mercy. So a day after the U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder announced prosecutors would not charge George Zimmerman with federal hate crime, Trayvon Martin's parents held a press conference calling the decision a very disappointing one by Jose A. Iglesias. So George Zimmerman, the Neighborhood Watch volunteer, acquitted of homicide charges in 2012, fatally shooting an unarmed 17-year-old who was named Trayvon Martin in Sanford, is suing Martin's family's prosecutors, the Martin family prosecutors, and others involved in the case that he claims rested on false evidence, according to a copy of the lawsuit sent by the media on Wednesday. So Zimmerman is represented by a Larry Klayman, and he's a high-profile legal crusader tied to the conservative causes and the founder of the Judicial Watch before splitting with the activist group. So the Polk County Circuit Court cites information in the documentary about the case titled The Trayvon Hoax that accuses Martin's family of engineering false testimony, and the director has scheduled a press conference this week with the Coral Gables to coincide with a film screening there. And so it continues on. It just gets worse and worse. It seems like even though others have shown this guy, who he probably, you would say, may not deserve a lot of mercy for what his act of killing the 17-year-old unarmed teenager, he is not giving up, and he's pursuing still the issue, even after other people have tried to let it rest. So as news of the lawsuit became widely reported Wednesday on the theater rented for the screening, Coral Gables Art Cinema is what it's called, announced it was canceling the event. So Coral Gables Art Cinema was not aware of all the details surrounding this event, and the theater posted on Twitter. Okay, so some of these are ads, so I'm skipping through them. So the suit seeks $100 million in civil damages, alleging that there's defamation, abuse of the civil process, and conspiracy. So a copy of the lawsuit was distributed to the media Wednesday by the movie's director, Joe Gilbert. The case does not yet appear on the online docket of the Polk court system. The court papers say that the suit was filed in Polk because Zimmerman lives there. So it states that all defendants have worked in concert to deprive Zimmerman of his constitutional and other legal rights. And so the lead defendant in the suit is Sabrina Fulton Martin's mother, who became the national figure in the wake of her son's death of a campaign surrogate for Hillary Clinton and the national advocate for social justice and reducing gun deaths. So she's running for the District 1 seat on the Miami-Dade County Commission, being vacated by a term-limited Barbara Jordan in the Miami Gardens area. So Ben Crump, a lawyer who represented the Martin family and is listed in the defendant as the defendant as well, issued a statement Wednesday that said, in part, "I have every confidence that the unfounded and reckless lawsuit will be revealed for what it is, another failed attempt to defend the indefensible and shameless attempt to profit off the lives of grief of others." So Martin lived with a Fulton, then a county employee in the Miami Gardens, and was visiting his father, Tracy Martin, in Sanford on February the 26th of 2012, when he died in a gated community where his father's fiancés live. So Martin was returning from the store with candy in his hand, and Zimmerman, who was 28 at the time, reported Martin as a suspicious person or persons to the police in the recorded call after 7 p.m. So the details that follow remain in the dispute, with Zimmerman claiming that he was attacked by Martin and defended himself. So the police and prosecutor described an unjustified shooting of the teenager in the hoodie with Skittles and a drink. And so the jury acquitted Zimmerman of all charges in 2013. The lawsuit presses and the Zimmerman version of the events, with allegations of efforts by the Martin family to produce a false narrative through the dishonest accounts from witnesses. And so the suit also names prosecutors in the Zimmerman case alleging false prosecution, as well as a book published HarperCollins over the October release of The Crumps. So open season is what it's called, legalized genocide of colored people. So Clayman, a campaign representative for Fulton, did not respond immediately to requests for the comments. And so here is pictured Trayvon Martin. Sabrina Fulton announces her candidacy for Miami-Dade County Commission. So that is Trayvon Martin's mother, or is his mother, pictured here in the, I believe it's purple coat. And so Sabrina Fulton, Trayvon Martin's mother, announced Monday, May 20th of 2019, that she's running for candidate for the County Commission District 1. That seat is currently held by Barbara Jordan, who reached her term limit. And so that's pretty much it. And here is Zimmerman, George Zimmerman, who was the shooter of Trayvon Martin. And so basically that's pretty much the article. So in July 9th of 2013 is a file photo of George Zimmerman, who leaves the courtroom for a lunch break at his trial in a Seminole Circuit Court in Sanford, and he was acquitted of the charges in the 2012 shooting death of Miami Gardens teenager Trayvon Martin, and is now suing the Martin families and others alleging efforts of wrongfully prosecuting him for murder. So this is him right here pictured. So it just seems like it never ends, even though that the family is trying to move on with their life, that he hasn't moved on, even though he didn't lose a loved one. He was the one who had something to do with someone else losing a loved one. So having said that, like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for listening. This is a sad story. It seems like it never ends. Just more drama.